AAC matchup, Temple and Central Florida. UCF laying a huge number in this game, 22.5, 23-point home favorites, 46 currently the total in this game. Temple, 2-3 straight up on the season. Believe it or not, this Temple Owls team, they're actually 3-2 against the number. They've actually covered 3 of their 5 games, believe it or not, and they were on a 3-game point spread streak, which got snapped last week in brutal fashion. And I was on, or 2 weeks ago, and I was on it. I was on Temple plus 19 against Memphis, and that game was close. They actually had a lead at halftime, and they ended up losing that game by a score of 24-3. It was a brutal beat for people that were on Temple there. They come in off a bye week. UCF, it's not really a bye week because they've had the game rescheduled. They were supposed to have a bye week too, but remember the SMU game last week got pushed to Wednesday, the middle of the week. So this is kind of like a normal practice week, if you will. You've pretty much got a full week between that SMU game last week that was rescheduled due to the hurricane and the start of this game here Thursday night hosting Temple. A 41-19 victory here last week for UCF against SMU. It was really a putrid second half from the Mustangs in that game. When I look at this matchup, it's the critical handicap here really is, can Temple shut down the run? If you can neutralize UCF on the ground, you're going to have a better chance at success. Their run defense hasn't been terrible, 50th, 132 rushing yards per game. They're actually stronger with their secondary, and obviously UCF in the passing game maybe not going to challenge that just as much, but we'll see how they fare here in this game. Look, Temple to me looks like in the betting markets, there's some value with this team right now when you think of the fact they've covered 3 of the last 4. And the game they did not cover was Memphis, and it was only because of just a collapse in the fourth quarter. I mean, the game was right there for Temple, and then they ended up getting run out, and they lost by 21. So I kind of think there's value with Temple, and the betting markets must agree, Conor, because this opened 26, it's down to 23. People just saying, you know what, this is just too many points for UCF to be laying. I kind of agree. I don't know if I'll bet it yet, but I'm leaning to the big dog at least early in the week. What are you thinking here with Temple UCF?
Yeah, this is already moved. I already see you talked about the 23, 22 and a halves, and the total just 46. I thought Temple's defense has been pretty good. That's what kept, but the change has been in offense once they've changed quarterbacks. And I think they've been a little bit better. They're still not very good, but can they move it against UCF? UCF just took care of business against SMU. It was good SMU, not a very good defense, especially a pass defense. And even Plumlee had a great game. I think he had around 320. In that we know UCF can run it. Can Temple stop them here? Yeah, you mentioned, I think, right away, over 26. People jumped on it. It's still over 3 touchdowns. This is one I don't know if I bet either. I mean, I kind of lean to Temple, but they could lose here by 28. They just don't have the firepower, I think, in the end. So tough. But, yeah, I'd lean to the points here with the Owls.
And UCF, by the way, it's worth mentioning, they've got ECU on the road, Cincinnati at home in their next 2 games. This is the ultimate flat spot here for UCF, especially coming out. They had the hurricane thing, which messed up their week of prep against SMU. They had to play that game on a Wednesday, and now all of a sudden you've got this game against lowly Temple, and you've got 2 huge games in the conference coming up after this. So it's not the week I'm looking to lay 23 with UCF here. All right.